Good evening, warriors. Welcome to the You Movement. I am B. And I wanted to hop on today and talk a little bit about authenticity because that is the fundamental of this insane journey that I have found myself on. This twin flame journey or spiritual awakening or Kundalini awakening, whatever you want to call it. It's all about bringing one back to self. Learning to love the fuck out of ourselves has been one of my mantras and kind of sayings throughout this entire process, because on this journey, we are tested and pushed and squeezed, and all of our fractured aspects of selves are brought in. All our shadow has to be faced, and all our light has to be faced, so we can come into a heart-centered, balanced place. And it's got me thinking, because I've been doing this little side project of watching back my original reels from the start of the You Movement, which started with no name and then changed to the Unfuckening Movement, which then changed to the You Movement. So even my YouTube has had transitions and changes along this process, as have I. And as I've been watching back these videos, it's amazing to me because I don't recognize myself. I don't sound the same. I don't look the same. I don't know really who that person was, because that version of me didn't know who she was. That version of me spent her entire life not having a clue who she was and being completely and utterly disassociated. I would have looked in the mirror and stared at my reflection for hours and been like, who are you? Who are you? I went through my life with every single color of hair color under the sun, I think, except green. You name it, I tried it. And it was like, is this who I am? Is this who I am? Is this who I am? And, through the years, I tried makeup. I tried without makeup. I tried looking one way or looking another. And, is this my fashion sense? Oh, this is what's popular. Maybe this is what I should dress. And, when I used to be a Reiki master, I used to wear cardigans. I don't know why I had it in my head that was the uniform of a Reiki master, that they needed to wear cardigans in some way or shape or form. I personally hate cardigans because on this awakening path, you discover who you are and who you aren't. And I know coming up on the next couple of videos for me to review, I'm going to be just mortified by some of the looks that I sported, trying to figure out, is this my look? Is that my look? What's my look? And it turns out my look is me. My look is, nothing on my face, my hair the way I want. It's starting to grow out now. I went full mohawk because, trying to escape from my very toxic, abusive situation that I was in, which was a clusterfuck extraordinaire. I needed to be a warrior, and I needed to be able to look in the mirror and feel like a warrior. And now I'm starting to resettle myself. And that's one thing that I noticed in those videos is, wow, I used to be so much more feminine. And I'd like some of that back. I'd like some of that energy back. But when you're fighting for survival, you need to step into your masculine energy. And I needed that to get me through the last 2 years. And it's nice for me now. It's been a year of no contact, and I'm coming up to my 3-year anniversary, which is a big deal to me. Of when it felt like this all kicked off, when I had my soul recognition and my Kundalini, my spontaneous Kundalini, when everything all of a sudden, it was like the dam burst, and all the me's that were locked inside of me started coming out and surfacing. All the wounded children, and there were so many. All the pains, all the sorrows, all the grief, all the why did it have to be that way? Why couldn't it have been different? All the abuses, all of the stuff started surfacing. And as all of the stuff surfaced, and I became more and more whole, because I wasn't denying those aspects of myself anymore. I wasn't in a state of, you're not allowed to cry. Don't let them see you cry. I wasn't in the state of, you need to be strong all the time and stoic and stand firm. And, I used to routinely practice trying to be as stone-like as possible, so that when my mother would insult me, which invariably happened almost every single time I saw her or talked on the phone, that I would just be like, uh-huh. And so how was your day? I would just move on. I wouldn't give a reaction. And that's what I just held it all in for so long. So I held in all of my emotions. So I was disconnected from my emotions. I held all in any semblance of who I was, because I wasn't allowed to be who I was. My identity was robbed from me through narcissistic abuse as a child. So I learned at a very young age to disassociate my identity, who I was, who I am. And on this journey, over the last 3 years, it's been a journey of self-discovery, of figuring out what I do like and what I don't like, and figuring out what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, figuring out what I do have control over and what I need to let God, figuring out that I am allowed to have emotions, that I'm allowed to express myself, that I am allowed to speak up, that I am allowed to communicate my truths, that I am allowed to be me. And that is, wow. It is fundamentally the most courageous thing I've ever done in my entire life, is to learn to be me. And to stand in my truth, and to face each fear and anxiety as it came, understanding that those fears and anxieties were trying to keep me safe, because if I was protected behind that wall, then the abuse that was continual didn't have as much impact. I had to develop that thicker skin, literally and physically and figuratively in all the ways, for me to protect myself from the constant jabs that I was receiving. And it's been a journey of peeling away and releasing all of the bullshit. And it's not just because I was raised in an abusive household. Society as a whole puts a whole bunch of bullshit on us, especially as women. So reclaiming my right to be a woman has been its own deep dive into a lot of limiting beliefs, because I wasn't comfortable in my feminine energy ever. Because I had to be strong. I had to protect myself. Nobody else was going to. I had to provide for myself because nobody else was going to. So to learn that it's safe to be in my feminine also meant it's safe to be me as a feminine, not what society dictates a feminine is supposed to look like. And I did, about a year or two ago, a video called Unmasking the Divine Feminine, because it's insanity what women have to go through to try to conform to some ideal of what beauty is. We pluck and wax and paint and dye, and the list goes on and on and on. Watch that, it's a good video. And I don't want to do any of that. I was made this way. This is how I was made, and this is how I look. And no, I'm not going to look like everybody else. I never will. That's just impossible. I was told my whole life that I was unattractive, and because of that, I tried to mask even more and conform even more and disassociate from myself even more. And all of that got me was more depression, more illness, because when you're not living your truth and you're not in alignment with your own authenticity, ultimately you are out of balance and out of alignment energetically. So it's all kinds of inside, even though on the outside you might appear calm and smiling and everything's okay. Put on that customer service voice and face. Hi, can I help you? Oh, lovely. Happy, have a wonderful day. And it's crazy how much we do this, to the point that anyone that says, no, I'm not doing that anymore, almost gets looked at like, what are you doing? You can't show up like that. You need to wear makeup to come to work, or you need to dress this way and why? Why do we need to do that? Why? Men don't need to do that. Why do I need to do that? I'm a 50-something-year-old woman. If I don't want to have to conform at this age and stage of my life. I think that you reach a certain age after you go through a spiritual awakening and you reach a level of, fuck no, I'm going to just do me. And well, if you don't like me, that's okay. Adios. I'm done twisting myself in a pretzel to try to make other people like or listen or appreciate. Those that like and listen and appreciate me are going to like me for my authenticity and my realness and my vulnerabilities and my truth. Nobody was liking me when I wasn't liking me. So I guess today's message is, be bold enough, be brave enough, be badass enough to be yourself. Mwah! Peace out.